It'd be funny if I went to go tap and I just smash my hands through it like a giant idiot. Alright. Yep, there we are. It says we're live. Let's see, do we have audio? No, we have, I'm watching Next Gen on Netflix.
Oh, here it is.
There we are. Hey, awesome. Jeremy Burge, one of our newest subscribers. We were just saying we're up to 254 subs. That's one actually who was commenting on one of our bootleg videos.
Nice.
What the hell is this videos, which is going to lead into tonight what we were just talking about before we went on. So, got Ryan Brasher on from Hardcore Collectors. How you doing, brother? Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting night for toys. We kind of went nuts. We didn't really have a show last week.
Yeah, exactly. So
it'd be pretty crazy.
A lot of stuff came in for my pre-orders this week. So
Grizzly came in like Santa Claus, like a communist Santa Claus, red and everything.
No, yellow.
Well, yellow. Well, you were wearing a giant red suit.
It's true, I was. Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I'm gonna tag this up.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this video to load so I can share.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, it's
one of the things actually that Jeremy Burge had commented on was the Atom Bomb figure, the really bad Mannix Atom Bomb. So actually, we'll do a little double whammy here. So I had just suggested this to Ryan Brasher just a couple days ago. This turntable. So this is the thing that I actually suggested to you. It has a these panels are solar panels, and then on the bottom you put in I think it's a AA battery, and it has blue LEDs in it.
Oh, nice.
So we have never used the blue LEDs, but in this case right here, so this is that Atom Bomb bootleg. Really bad. It's like they cut the thing, the neck is huge, and he's got nipples. He's got giant nips. Not as bad as the Razor Ramon, though.
Yeah.
That one was bad. Those are like little dinner plates. So, alright, let me tag this thing up here, and we'll start talking here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm sharing my links.
All figures need nipples.
What are you, Joel Silver Batman?
No, not Joel Silver. What was it?
What?
Was it Joel Silver?
I think Joel Silverman?
No. It was Joel Schumacher.
There you go.
Joe Silver, I think, is the name of the guy you're thinking of, who makes a lot of also really bad movies.
Probably.
Like just a string of terrible movies.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. Speaking of terrible movies, if you want to get into what we've been watching right off the bat.
Well, let's start you know what? If we're going to do that, that's actually perfect. We'll do a quick countdown, and we'll just start the show.
Sure.
I'll tag while you talk.
Sounds good.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Like a bootlegger from the depths of the night, we are 5 Live. I'm Bobby T.
And I'm Krizza.
And we're going to talk a ton of toys tonight, guys.
These are all bootlegs.
Everything's bootleg tonight. No, not tonight. There's actually some pretty dope-ass stuff on this table here tonight. We've had 2 weeks where we haven't really been together.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time I've seen you in, I think, actually literally 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
14 days. So we just came in with 14 days worth of toys.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome. I went to Sesame Place today, no exclusives.
Wow.
Really
That's
weird, yeah.
I
was really hoping that there was going to be some, at least a Flock Pop exclusive, but all there was the same one from last year. It was like, I think it was called Harry or something like that, and it was just like a blue monster with the orange nose and like boxer shorts. Or not, maybe pajama pants, and he was Flock, but like, I've heard there's a Flocked Big Bird, and there's like a whole series of these, but none of them are available.
That's weird, yeah.
It's really, really weird. There's any of the exclusive stuff is like 2018. Like, I don't want that crap. They do have a couple really funny shirts there, stuff that you can't really get on the internet.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So there's one actually that I really like. I've seen it before. It's the old style Batman logo, but it's the Count. And it actually says, instead of Batman, it says Count.
And that's pretty sweet. Print. Yeah.
That was pretty sweet. And it comes on a gray shirt, purple ringer. So it's purple rings with the gray body. It's really, really cool.
I turned my phone off, but apparently
you didn't, you jerk
I
face.
Really did. I'm sorry. I apologize, people, if the sound quality there it's a little bad there for a second, but my phone is off now.
How do you change your name on YouTube? I think you really just go to your users. Oh, no, it's through your Gmail. because YouTube is owned by Gmail. A question coming from Ryan is, how do I change my name on YouTube? That's how we did it.
Yeah.
Because you get to choose your name when you sign up for the email. Yes. So I just kind of configured it so it says 5AliveVP. So, yeah, this stand, by the way, is only like $8 or $9 on Amazon. So just to kind of jump back to that real quick. So, yeah, we did have a lot go on in the last few weeks. You said you would. We're gonna go into the what are you watching? For anyone new to the show, we do a basic interview every week with each other. It's what are you watching, what are you listening to, what are you reading, and what are you playing. And in the middle, we do toys and eat stuff. So that's pretty much what this whole show is. It usually goes about an hour, hour and a half of just nonsense, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do giveaways that I never ship out because I just have no time to ship these things.
There's just so much other stuff we need to ship out. And
oh my god.
So we're going back to the beginning of the show, send our startup where we were talking about bad movies, right?
Yeah.
I saw the movie Truth or Dare.
Oh my god, you saw that? Why do I have a funny feeling Ninja's gonna sign on? He's gonna be like, hell yeah, I saw that movie too. Ninja, if you're out there, buddy, did you see Truth or Dare yet? Come on, tell me.
Here's the thing. I have Movie Pass. It's $10 a month.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's $10 a month, and you can see any movie at any time once. So why not see a bad movie if you're already paying?
Because that's a waste of life, right there.
I don't know. I actually went on a Monday night, and it was like 10:30, and I'd been home all day. That was this past Monday where it'd been raining all day. So it was raining all day. I'd been inside all day. I didn't do much. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to a movie. Truthfully, I was going to go see Beirut first.
I'm sorry, right? I have to cut you off. I think I just had the first podcast-related injury.
What happened?
My leg was kind of under the chair, and I went to go stand up, and I put weight on my sideways ankle, and I'm just like, oh my god, like, what the hell? I'm sorry, but I think I really just injured myself.
I'm
getting old, man.
Yeah, you can, sue yourself for
I think so.
workers' comp.
Workman's comp.
Originally, I was going to see Beirut, which looks like a really interesting movie. The problem was that the movie theater that I was going to, they're like, oh, our card machines are down. And if you can't use your card, you can't do the movie pass because you need to check in on the app, and then you swipe the card at the machine, and it prints your tickets out. So I was like, all right, well, I can't see the movie. So I left the movie theater, and this was at the what's the name of it now? It used to be the Crown Theater in Hartford. There now it's
oh god, that's where we saw Spanglish for the first time. That's the place. That's the name of this show comes from. This place.
I don't know what the name of it is now, but anyway.
Whatever that is. The one in Hartford off the highway.
Yes, exactly. So I'm like, well, you know what? I was like, I'll check a different theater. That's the beauty about living in Connecticut. Everything is still kind of really close to each other.
We're compact, yeah.
So I checked the times for the AMC theater in Plainville, and they had Truth or Dare playing at 10:30. I had already worked myself.
I know Martin's not here, but I feel like I need to Martin out on this a little bit.
I had already worked myself up into watching a movie. Like I had prepared my body.
You were pumped.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to see a movie, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go see it. I like terrible horror movies. I'm gonna go. So I went out to Plainville. I saw Truth or Dare, and it was pretty bad. It was.
I could only imagine. Dude, the commercial's just like... I look at it, they're doing it, and that's exactly what is I'm assuming I'm giving something away, but it's in the trailer. The girl stabs herself in the eye with scissors or something like that, and you go, yeah, I guess they're going to do that. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. I mean, here's how bad the movie was, and it still wasn't as bad as Spanglish. So it's got that going for it.
What about Geely? Where is it on the Geely scale of things?
I would say it's still better than Geely.
That movie's bad, man.
Here's the thing about that. So I like terrible horror movies in general. Like I can watch B-film flicks and still be like, yeah, that was all right. This movie was bad. Though this is how bad this movie was. The trailers were better. 2 to 5 minute clips
awesome
of movies that aren't out yet collectively were better than Truth or Dare.
Okay.
Which I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Hereditary. That movie looks awesome.
I don't know.
It's a horror movie with Toni Collette. It looks amazing. It's produced by the same people that produced Witch, which was at Salem.
Oh yeah.
It's getting reviewed as one of the scariest movies of all time, even up there with The Exorcist.
Wow.
Yeah, I really, really want to see this. It looks awesome. What was the other? There was a couple other trailers that were really good. Oh, they showed a trailer for Super Troopers 2, which
still haven't seen it, but I do want to. Dude, I have such a list. I have to get this movie pass just so I can see movies at this point.
It's worth it.
It's so hard.
There was another one, another trailer. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but it looked good. So the trailers were definitely the strongest aspect of the movie.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. It was very bad. But switching to something I watched that was good. Watched a lot of soccer this weekend. Bayern Munich played this morning. I watched them win 3-0 over Hanover, which was cool. They also have this documentary on Netflix called Premier League Legends.
Okay.
So it's about these English Premier League players that are legendary in some aspect for whatever reason. They scored a magnificent goal against a team that got them to win a championship, or they were just all around good players. The problem is that I don't watch a lot of Premier League because I hate the Premier League. So I only knew, I think, 3 players out of the 8.
But you're enjoying the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I got to learn about the Premier League players. The only 3 I knew were Thierry Henry, who's a Frenchman, Jamie Carragher, who's an Englishman he played for Liverpool, and then Peter Shilton, who was a goalie. He was in the 90s. He played in the 90s. He actually was the oldest player to play.
That's awesome. That just like an old ass dude blocking goals.
Well, he was a goalkeeper. He
awesome.
He played into his 40s at World Cup '90. He was the oldest player there.
That's insane.
And the only reason I know him is because the Germans beat him.
This goes into what I was talking about with hockey earlier. How do these guys play for 25 years?
I don't know.
It's insane.
I can see
baseball players get like 6 good years. Baseball's not hockey.
Yeah. I could see how a goalkeeper could play into his 40s because I mean back then the goalkeeper position I think wasn't as athletic as it is now.
Yeah, now.
Now with goalkeepers like Manuel Neuer and David De Gea and stuff like that, where you have these almost like sweeper keepers. It's a little bit different. I don't understand it. I mean, some of these players, I mean, they have to. It's got to be just diet, like just the strict regimen of keeping keeping their body. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the other thing nowadays too is that these players, this is the only thing that they do. So it's like they play hockey. When when hockey is done, they're still doing hockey related.
Especially these national teams.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the chat real quick here. Let's see. Jeremy Birchang, he actually also makes customs. He had asked about the Daniel Bryan custom.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, Daniel Bryan's up there. Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny. I just did a Macho Man here.
Is the Stormtrooper?
I haven't put the Macho head on there yet. But the Stormtrooper helmet actually kind of looks cool.
That's pretty,
like I put it on there as a joke, and then I'm like, okay, kind of like that. Kind of like that a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what I actually really should do is put a Darth Vader helmet on it because he's got the lightning pants. Or do I do an Emperor head?
Emperor would be good too.
Emperor head would be really good. Especially because the Star Wars black head will fit on that, and it's kind of a little bit smaller. I might have to do that. So,
Emperor Savage. Darth Savage.
Darth Savage. So,
that's still a better name than Darth Icky.
Oh
Let's
God!
throw that out there.
So
did I tell you that story?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes. I think everybody needs to know that story.
All right, we'll get to it a little bit. Actually, what was pretty funny is when we were giving our what we do, why it takes like an hour and a half to do this.
Yes.
Brasher kind of called us out. He goes, "Yeah, in the middle we kind of meander off, and it doesn't help because the chat just kind of compounds that." And,
yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much what the show is, man. It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
So let me slide down here. Yeah, Jeremy Burge saying actually that he had the knockoff wrestling ring in the 90s, the early 90s. I think I had the same one, and it broke on Christmas Day like 7 times.
Nice.
That was I think maybe the early beginnings of my customizing and fixing of toys, because like that thing was a nightmare. It ended up, end of the day, I used screwdrivers, would hold the posts in,
Jesus, yeah.
and then it was enough to keep them straight so I could play with the ring. Oh, Ryan saying, quick, what's your favorite horror B movie?
Oof. Attack of the Giant Gila Monster was pretty good. I enjoyed that. What else?
Horror, though, however. I mean, honestly, the ultimate B horror movie to me is Evil Dead 2, right?
Yeah, but see,
over time it's gotten big, but
that's the thing. Like, you know, that type. I guess I could see where you're coming from.
It's as big as it gets, man.
That's got such a cult following, you know.
But that's what happens to these things. You can't get mad at Sleepaway Camp because
I mean, yeah,
and that's a B horror movie. So it's B movies, huh?
I guess the question would be what would be your criteria? What is your criteria for a B film? And then maybe we can determine what our movies are.
Yeah, because I'd say like my overall, I guess if you'd call it a B movie along the lines of like Trauma and stuff like that, it would be Wild Zero, because it's that zombie horror. It's kind of campy. There's weird stuff in it. The effects are bad.
I think in that vein, I think my favorite B film is Biozombie, which that's a Chinese horror flick where it's basically Mallrats meets
awesome.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, they get caught in the mall, but the zombies are in the mall. But the zombie loves the female character. And
Dead Alive.
Yeah,
might be one of my favorite B horror movies. Early Peter Jackson, gory as hell. Actually, a storyline involved. Like it wasn't just this slapdash, one gore scene to the next. I mean, although look, we're chopping up people with a lawnmower, but you know, I still love that movie.
There's just so many good B films out there, you know, and I remember when I was a kid, you know, especially like in the summertime, you don't have school and everything like that, you know. You're watching so many on HBO.
Yeah,
it's like 3 in the morning.
Because now I'm thinking Troll 2 as one of like the movies that when you say HBO.
Yeah.
My father would always have HBO stuff. He loves movies and all that. So we would always have these things. So I would catch Troll 2 25 times because... So when it became a cult thing, I'm like, Nilbog, that's the stupidest thing in the world. That's Goblin spelled backwards.
The other one I really liked that I guess I would consider it a B film in the sense that it wasn't very popular. The only reason I wouldn't consider it a B film is because the effects were so good. But the Krampus movie, that movie was amazing. All right,
so, look, we're in a different age now. Where B movie is a very loose term because there are some B movies that look better than some of the better movies.
The special effects in Krampus were fantastic. That movie was great. I'd also recommend Dead Snow. That's the one with the Nazi zombies in Norway. That was really cool too. So there's a lot of good stuff out there. Like I said, I think my favorite would be either Biozombie or probably Attack of the Giant Gila Monster, Gamera the Invincible, that kind of stuff.
So going back into the chat, Burgess saying Madman is it's from 1982. I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, no, it's not a Shockmaster. Although I do have one of my clients wants me to make a Shockmaster. That's why that helmet is actually out. I got to make a mold of it so I can dunk it in glitter so I can drop it onto it.
Nice.
So, oh wow, Jacob Luna saying he's watching his buddy Cletus Selden. He has a 24-hour live stream that's going on.
Is he trying to like break some kind of record of how
That's
how
crazy.
long? Yeah.
All right, so Ryan's saying he thinks that anything that didn't really get a promotion, low budget, direct to DVD, so like Sharknado,
Yeah.
would be kind of in that. All right, so there is a really bad movie. Me and Beavis watched this movie 100 times. It was a sci-fi movie, low budget, possibly made in Canada. Well,
Nice.
I have it on DVD, and I can get all the information. I have the internet right here, but it was called Evolver.
Nice.
Have you ever seen this thing?
No, I have not.
Oh, dude. So it was kind of a weird billing, like a short circuit is like the way that they build it.
Okay.
But so you would get this game, and it was a small robot, and then the robot, you would like Nerf gun against it or like laser tag against it, and it would try to get you, and that was the game. But then it discovered like, oh wait a minute, they shoot me from around the corner, so I need to evolve, and the machine itself starts to kind of become self-aware, and it kind of evolves into like this
Skynet.
Well, actually, it kind of looked like the Skynet when they go in Terminator 3, and they go into that the underground bunker, and they have all those big things shooting. It's like the big tanks.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like it's got the tank tracks, and then it's got the guns. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it kind of looks like that, and it's funny when it starts to figure things out. Like it goes from it has a little arm cannon, and it like takes out the Nerf darts and puts steak knives in. You're like, oh,
damn!
And then it shoots at the kid. He's like, was that a knife? Oh, dude, it's so good. But it's called Evolver. It's a fucking terrible movie, but I love every second of it. So enough so that like 10 years later, I bought it on DVD.
I think the best B-film movies are really any movie that's directed by Ubel is gotta be the top.
Yeah, that's
Blood Rain and what was the other one that he did that was based on the game?
That awful Postal movie.
Jeez, what was the other one? I don't know. I can't remember now. But those are pretty bad too. Any of the ones that he does that are based off of the video games were fantastic, or were awful, but so bad they're good. It was the one. There was he did one.
Wheels of Terror. Have you ever heard of that one?
I have not heard of that one.
Verge? No, yeah, that's another. See, I think that's what's actually really funny about B movies is there's a subgenre. Like there's a B genre for everything.
Yeah.
Like romantic comedies have Bollywood movies have B movies. There's B everything, so it's really.
The thing is, too, I probably have seen these movies. Yeah. It's just because they're B movies. I don't remember the names.
When I worked at Blockbuster for about 1.5 years, and the amount of movies I watched, and at one point you're like, well, I'm not going to watch Evil Dead 2 again. It's like, oh, what's this piece of random garbage?
Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I have it. My top B movie is probably Dog Soldiers. It's a werewolf movie that takes place in England.
Cool.
These English troops are out in the woods. They're doing like drills and stuff like that, and these werewolves start attacking and stuff like that. It was fantastic. That was actually one of the first movies I ever watched, like as a movie date thing. Like I was like, hey, I'm gonna come over to your house and we're gonna watch these B flicks or whatever. That and probably Reanimator. Reanimator's another one that would be up there for mine.
So I didn't know if it would be registered as a B movie. John Dies at the End it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's why did I just forget his name? Everyone says this fucking guy looks just like me. He doesn't. He's just a white guy with a beard. Oh God. Why did I just forget this guy's name? It's the actor. He was in American Splendor. When you say his name, it's going to be like, Paul Giamatti.
Yes, I was, yeah.
Yeah,
how do people think, dude?
He's like my white angry brother.
Yeah,
like that's all it is just like I'm angry and I've got a beard. And you're like, well, that guy's angry and he's got a beard.
Gotcha.
No, he's in it, and really like nobody else, like nobody famous. It got very little release, and I think the label Monster actually. I'll have to double check that, but they also this production company bought the Serpent and the White Rainbow, or the White Serpent and the Rainbow, or whatever from it's a Jet Li movie.
Oh yeah.
Then they bought Odd Thomas with the kid who played Chekhov in the new Star Trek movies.
Anton Yelchin or whatever.
Yeah, Odd Thomas is actually pretty good too, and it would be, I feel like, in that B movie
I can see
range.
that.
Like,
I can see that.
it kind of maybe, and that's the other thing. Does Netflix movies now count as that, because they kind of just slide in there. They get popular, but
yeah, I think
they're not really made. They're made on a shoestring budget.
I think in Netflix, there's probably definitely some B flick Netflix movies out there. It just depends on how good they are versus and how popular they are and stuff like that. Like I wouldn't consider Stranger Things like B film.
No, but they put money into that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff they did not put money into.
Yes.
So that's and those things get better over time. I just started watching Haters Back Off, and I'm trying to...
That sounds familiar.
They were talking about, and speaking of B movies, How Did This Get Made, which is also what I'm listening to, is always just... It's the same podcast over and over again. But they talk about I like Paul Scheer, I like Jason Mantzoukas. So when they said, this girl is hilarious, like, this is the funniest show.
Yeah.
Like all Netflix shows, I gotta get rolling with it, because it's just very. A lot of times it's a slog.
Yeah. Those first couple episodes.
Oh, they could be bad.
Yeah, I think Reanimator would definitely be my top B film.
Yeah, if that's considered a B film, I agree. I'd go with that. And at the same time, I mean, Night of the Living Dead would also figure into that, because it wasn't really supposed to be what it was.
Yeah.
And that's the hard criteria, is judging it for what it is, and not for what it became. So let's see. Let's start talking about some toys.
Sure.
We got a lot of toys.
We do.
Well, let's.
I got a lot of pops.
We will go into pops first. Carissa went a little pop nuts. Actually, again, you're not really going nuts. It's just all of these pre-orders.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's kind of petering in. This is the one I did kind of go crazy for.
That's awesome.
The Trunks and Goten 2-pack where they're doing the fusion dance. This was a bit of a frenzy to get. I talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago, where there was a little bit of a controversy there. People weren't sure if it was going to have the Funimation sticker. They were upset because consumers had the opportunity to get it at a different location or at a different website, and people were like, no, I ordered it from Funimation because I wanted it from you, and you don't have a sticker, but it does have the sticker.
It's always the stats what Chris told me early on.
That's right. The stickers are definitely important. It's just part of the collecting of the pops, I almost debated buying one from Boxed Lunch, which is the other site that had the exclusivity to and Funimation, so I could have the 2 stickers. But I'm like, I don't have any room for the pops I have.
We were just saying, we're trying to figure out like what we're gonna do next here, and we're gonna rearrange a lot of things. Yeah. And one of the things was, what do we do with all these pops? Like, we have a pretty big area back here. I think we're gonna fill it.
Yeah, I don't. I was debating on maybe the next time if we do end up going to another pop swap, maybe bringing.
You have a few that are really worth it.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I might start kind of whittling my collection down. But yeah,
please, because about a quarter of it's sitting on that wall.
Exactly. So this one, I had to get on the Funimation site at midnight and order this bad boy.
I read what was going on, and like people are losing their shit. And Chris was like, I've got one.
I was worried because at first when I placed the order, the site had timed out, but I'd gotten the email from Funimation saying your order confirmation or like that. I made sure to email them and shout out to Funimation customer service. They got back to me in a timely manner because I was waiting up for it. I had to work the next morning, and I'm up at like 1 in the morning waiting for them to respond to me to make sure I had the spot. Because if I don't have it, then I have to either place another order through Funimation, or I have to go to
and like nobody's getting those Funimation orders.
Yeah. So luckily, Funimation got back to me in a timely manner. They said they had gotten the order and that it was being prepared and everything like that. And it was actually pretty sweet. I got it in about a week. So even with I didn't pay for any quicker shipping or anything like that. Standard shipping. Got it in a week. It's pretty sweet. So this is definitely the jewel of my pop purchases this time around. I'm definitely excited to have it. So. The next one I got was this one here, the Atomic Blonde pop. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it.
I haven't, actually.
It was very good. If you like that kind of Cold War espionage thriller, I would recommend it. What I liked about this movie was, even though it kind of had that spy versus spy mentality and you know, who's really on whose side and what you're doing, it wasn't boring. There was a lot of action and definitely ultra violent, I would say.
That was recently in the theater.
Yeah, it was last year.
Okay.
And James McAvoy's in it. And Charlize Theron, she's the main character.
And
or
a
one of the main
vampire.
characters.
I'm so don't doubt me on this. Her, Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd.
Maybe
vampires.
they like bathe in virgin blood, and you know, and they
whatever they're doing, it's working. Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Like Mila Kunis. Has this person gotten older?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they all made their deal at around like 2002 because they stopped all aging, and they've actually started going younger.
Maybe,
which is weird.
Maybe Hollywood has figured out how to clone, and they're only cloning certain people. So maybe there's like a warehouse of like
exactly. They're just like flap them out like a suit. Like, this is good.
Yeah. Did you ever see
He's
that?
Like, hey, Totes my goats. That's Totes my goats is actually not a catchphrase. It was actually just a glitch in the clone.
Yeah, and they're like, let's just make a movie. We're gonna write a movie, and
we'll make a T-shirt, and everyone will be happy.
Have you ever seen that movie, The Prestige, with Hugh Jackman?
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's basically like that. Like they're just pushing Paul Rudd into the teleporting machine, and then the one dead
clone pops up the other side.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
When the clone of the clone starts to look too old and withered, they push him,
and
you get the next clone, and then
and he doesn't know that he's a clone, so you're good.
Exactly.
No, I love it. That's exactly what's happening. Either that or again, vampires. I'm on to you.
Yeah.
So,
so I pre-ordered this pop because there is a Chase variant. So I was trying to.
Did you take the route of like pre-ordering 6 of them?
Yeah, so I pre-ordered 3 because 2 come in a box. So I pre-ordered 3. So
which would give you 4 technically without.
Yeah.
Good idea.
The Chase variant, she actually has the turtleneck that's in her outfit up over her face.
Oh, I saw that. Okay, so that makes sense.
It looks really cool. I really wanted it. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to get it. So I think it's going online for about $40, which is.
That seems like right around the neighborhood of what the recent Chases are going for, between 20 and 40. They don't really go outside.
I don't know if I want it that badly. We'll see. Maybe
that is usually your line. So
40 yes.
You didn't pay 40 for that fin.
I did not. No. Yeah.
By the way, I drove by Pompton twice.
Oh.
All right, so I've driven in the last 6 days. We were just talking. Me and Mommy T were talking about this tonight. 1,570 or so miles.
Wow,
in the last 6 days. I drove to Virginia and back. I just drove to Sesame Place and back. Right, that alone is 1,300 miles. So I'm just shot. Like I'm surprised the Element did it, but both times, like I see the Pompton Lakes sign. And I'm coming up on it, and it says Pompton Lakes and Wayne exit whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I look in the back seat. 2 seconds before this, the kid is yesing in the back seat, and she's out cold. I'm like, you.
That's when you jerk the brake and and then she's awake. Sorry.
She was asleep. I tried it twice. It totally killed me. I really wanted to go to Pompton. I was hoping today I was gonna be like, Chris is gonna come over. I'm gonna drop that baklava cheesecake on the table, dude. Baklava cheesecake. Yeah. We didn't know this was a thing.
No.
It is the best thing, apparently. I've never had anything like that.
No, and the last time we were there, I had the Oreo cheesecake.
Unbelievable. They have their own bakery there. This is like the best Jersey diner I think we've been to.
Well, we won't have been to this.
No, I've been to a good 20 or so.
Maybe this is the only one I've been to.
This is a Jersey diner that is just, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's really
you don't get that Jersey stink. You know,
boom, subscribers gone. Bill is from New Jersey.
Steve, no offense. I said with all due respect, so that means I'm allowed to say it.
Oh my God, I absolutely love the fact that right as you said it,
Yeah.
not only is Bill on here from New Jersey, but so is his brother Lenny.
Nice.
Who, Lenny, did you catch any of the pop talk, man?
No, you see, this is good.
Then watch it.
This is
He's
good.
pointing at the TV right now.
This is good that we have listeners from New Jersey, because then you guys can, like, describe to me what the Jersey stink is. Like, I want you to quantify it.
It's simple. It's low tide in the 3M factory. It's only on the Jersey Turnpike. What's actually funny is where Bill's family, Bill and Lenny are from. It's a really nice area, and it's like you want to burn New Jersey. Damn, this is kind of nice. I can't burn it too hard.
It's like when I had friends from New Britain, and I'm like, oh man, New Britain. What is
Lenny's even throwing
there you go.
The guns out.
I used to have some friends in New Britain, and I'd be like, oh, New Britain, you know, like, and then I went up to hang out with her one time, and her dad's like a lawyer, and they got this like really nice, and I'm like, ooh, I'm like, ooh, New Britain.
Yeah, no, absolutely, every town's got.
Yeah, no, of course.
So
I used to work with a woman back when I worked at Pacific Sunwear, who grew up in East Hartford, and me being from West Hartford, I would.
Everybody's on a wall.
Yes, I used to,
the Hartford Wall.
Every time we worked together, I always gave her such a hard time about being from East Hartford.
Oh, that's great.
It was amazing.
Hey, I saw Dragonheart at that theater.
Nice.
And I love that movie.
I don't know how we got on the topic of it, but I'd always make fun of her about losing her power, or not having power. I don't know how that became a joke about being from East Hartford. But there was one day she came into work late, and she had lost power, and she was like,
"Nice to see power." So, what else you got for pops?
I got the Gwenum.
I like it.
Yeah, this is an awesome pop.
I like the box.
The box is fantastic. It's got the tiles. Well done. Yeah.
So what I like about the Marvel pops and what you had just said with the tiles, on the side now it actually has like the shadowed art. So it's some Marvel art. It looks really
even
cool.
On the back
really
too.
Like it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is a really awesome piece. I like the hood. This is supposed to be her tongue, lashing out or whatever. Classic Venom.
So what I did like, and when I saw this right before we went on, I had said this. Early on, and we had mentioned this before, pops were very muddy.
Yeah.
Like there was not very many straight lines. Everything was a, they would use what's called a spray mask as opposed to using a tampo set. Tampo being a decal roller. So when you see those nice, perfectly clean, like how did they get those letters so nice? Like that's a decal that rolls over the top of the thing. They're starting to use tampo more here. But they used to use a spray mask where it was literally just like stenciled.
Yeah,
and the lines would look like garbage. They wouldn't go back and fix them. They fixed it here.
Yeah.
Like this is it. So that's
the 8-bit
really awesome.
line is probably the best made pops in terms of.
I think overall those are. And they're the heaviest.
They're the heaviest, and they're also the least. I guess quality control issues.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen a bad.
Well, they have a lot of.
pop.
One thing about the 8-bit pops is they're more glued together as opposed to painted. So the hair piece is one piece, the head's another, and that clicks together.
Gotcha.
And then so you can see like this is one color, this is another. So when you click them together, there's a nice clean line all the way around. So
the other thing I like about this pop with Gwenum is that
freezing, guys. Sorry, I gotta shut this window.
We're getting closer to my dream of a alternate Green Goblin called Gwen Goblin.
Yeah, you said that like in episode 2.
That is my my dream for Marvel, to make a alternate, I guess, universe or alternate history where Gwen Stacy becomes the Green Goblin, and then she is referred to as the Gwen Goblin, or just Gwen Goblin. So this I think is one step in the right direction. Yes, to Gwen Goblin.
There we go. We got those up on the wall too, brother. Bird saying he wants to get the Pennywise pop. This is the one holding the boat. I wanted to get the screaming one, but it was like one of the chases from
I think it was an exclusive.
Shit. Yeah, no. Oh, cool. Ninja Sign 9, how you doing, brother? Yeah, man, Macho Trooper. If you weren't on earlier, it's because I don't have a head on him, so I just threw a Stormtrooper helmet on and it works. Oh, it may happen with Carnage taking over Norman's body. This could happen.
Yeah,
this could happen. See, someone's listening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just us talking to. We're really talking to my TV on the other side of the camera at this point. We've gone crazy.
Yes.
So,
if it weren't for the fact, just the Landos.
Yeah. Oh.
If it weren't for the fact that I could literally see that we are on YouTube, if that wasn't there, I wouldn't believe that we were actually on the internet. Like, it would just be us.
It would just be us talking.
Yes,
to each
like
other.
that scene in Wet Hot American Summer, the beekeeper or whatever. Yeah, that's
the bee master.
That's what I think. If I didn't see this actually happen, that's what I think we'd be doing now.
I can honestly say that if we want to talk about B movies and not just the beekeeper and all that, but that just made me think of it. That's the ultimate B movie. It was made with very little money to very little fanfare. Made no money in the theater. If it even, I think it got a very short release. Won some awards, but then picked up steam in the DVD market.
Yes.
And that's where I saw it was on DVD. And then you look at the lineup of that film and you go, Jesus, that's who's famous now.
Yeah.
That's the most famous people right now were in that movie.
Yeah, and the fact that it became so popular through the DVD media. I mean, Netflix made.
Yeah.
You know, they made.
They brought it back literally 10 years later.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Oh, amazing. So let's see in the chat. See, did either of you guys go and hunt for any of the new Star Wars figures? I have not, and the reason being because they're going to be like $10 in 3 months. So I am a devout Star Wars black collector, but I'm sick of paying $20 for a figure and then finding out that it's going to be 10 on Amazon in a few months.
Yeah.
It's very rare that I'll now pay 20. We'll just kind of quick segue into I picked up this, the Jaina Solo, number 56 of the Star Wars Black Line. Couldn't find her in person. She's an amazing figure. I love the head sculpt, but it was one of the fan choice ones. Again, paid. I think actually got this at Disney World, so it was $24.99. Got a little bit of help on that. So I think it was like $17 or $18 for this. But pretty rare that I'll end up paying that.
Yeah. Star Wars figure. Yeah, I picked up the Lando pop when it was launched with the Solo movie. A lot of the Solo movie gear is being released now. So I grabbed the Lando. I know, we're huge fans of Donald Glover in general, and Lando. So I grabbed it. Actually, I used the coupon from my Power Up Rewards card, and I got it for $1.
I am like 500 points away from getting the next
to get to upgrade for free. Yeah.
So I'm like kind of waiting for that.
Yeah.
And isn't like this weekend something like
you get double points or something like that? Yeah, exactly. So I bought it for $1.80, which is that's
amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome for a pop. So I have no problem.
But yeah, this is I love what they did with this, and one of the things I really liked about the Lando pop is that usually they just have the round eyes, and he has the slit across the top because he's kind of more chilled out and just the way his eyes are.
Yeah.
So he looks perfect. I just love everything about it. There's a Hot Topic exclusive, which Chris had said he hadn't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen
He's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and stuff, so I don't really know what's going on with it. I want it, but I don't know what's going on with it.
Do you have any... All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your enthusiasm for the Han Solo movie?
8.5.
Wow, really?
Cautiously optimistic.
I would say I'm at a 6. I'm gonna see it.
It's gonna be better if you go on the grading scale of like if you got a 75 on a test, that's a C.
Yeah.
So I see that as average. This is going to be a B.
I'm not talking about like how.
This is the B episode.
Yeah, apparently. I'm not talking about like how
Ryan
good,
agrees.
Yeah, 6. I don't mean like again how good you think it's gonna be, but like how. I guess a 10 would be like, I have already bought my tickets.
Oh,
and I
okay.
Want,
all right. Excitement-wise now, that is different for me.
Okay.
Because with Baby, I don't go to very many movies. So
okay,
I'll go to this. I'll probably see it the week after it comes out. So I'll call it like a 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely... And truth is, now that she can actually sit through a movie, and when she's especially interested, I think we're gonna go see this because it's a Chewbacca movie, and we know Baby Baka.
Yeah, exactly.
She's got the pajamas and the doll. She drags the thing around like. So Baka is the way to go for her. So this, honestly, with that, I'm gonna put that up at a 9.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped, and it might even be a 10 because my daughter is gonna love this. She's gonna crap out a book on how to puke.
Yeah. I haven't really done much research on the movie because I don't want to be spoiled, and I don't want to
Oh yeah, no, I'm on a hard lockout. I haven't even seen that full trailer.
So I've only seen a few bits and pieces of the trailer and read a few like non-spoilery articles, and I'm just having a hard time, I guess, getting excited for it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm probably at a 6 because I am gonna see it. But it's not to the point where I'm like, I need to buy my tickets now, and I need to, I need to make sure I've got everything set and ready to go.
I definitely want to get some tickets ahead of time. Again, this is an experience with my daughter. She's gonna want to dress like Chewbacca to go see this,
exactly.
So.
It's a little bit different for you, I guess. But for me, I'm finding it hard to just be enthusiastic about Star Wars movies in general, like with how.
Well, we've been burned.
Yeah.
But I so far Rogue One I liked. So
Rogue One was all right. It was it was okay.
I'm happy. I'm just happy with it. So all right. Let's
Ryan's saying he'll redbox it. Yeah.
Let's.
I don't know if I could wait that long.
That's a long wait.
Especially
that's like now it's like 4.5 months.
With the amount of people who are going to want to talk to me about it,
I have to see it pretty quick, especially with, what we do here.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got some people watching. Hey, guys, like, share, and subscribe. We get to 15, we'll give something away. Maybe eventually I'll ship it out. Stop being such a turd.
You'll get this big nipple.
Dude, the shipping for those nips.
Yeah.
You know how much it is to ship them nips? So, all right, let's talk about some bootleg figures.
Yeah, let's see.
So, I love wrestling figures. That's not a secret. There's a whole crap load of them back here. I customize them. That's my Alexa Bliss in the Hasbro style. We've seen my Daniel Bryan. If you go to the Instagram, at BobbyT55555 time, you'll see a ton of the other stuff I've done. So, we'll clear a little space back here. So, these are a few of my favorites. Jeremy Burge, we have been talking about this from one of our old What the Hell Is This episodes. And so here's a few of the Mannix figures, and then we'll go through a few of the different lines. I actually just met Sam Elias, also known as Sam Adonis. He is a wrestler. He wrestles under the name Sam Adonis down in CMLL in Mexico. He's a luchador. He's actually a rudo. He's the #1 bad guy. I didn't know much about him, and then Martin started to tell me about him, and I love every second of it. So, all right. This dude's gimmick is he goes to Mexico as a 100% American Trump supporter. He is now not a Trump supporter, but this dude knows how to get heat. That's all it is. He knows exactly what to do. So he just gets in people's faces and he's screaming. His ability on the mic is bar none. Like it's up there. You
know what they always say. You got to play to your audience. And you have to. Yeah, exactly. You have to know who you are. Showing for or acting for.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah. So he did a really good job. He realized. I think he realized that the Trump thing wasn't going to work in Waterbury, Connecticut. That it was going to go over, and not in the way he wants it to go over. So he dumped it. He still had the Trump tights on. Instead, he just shit on Waterbury.
Nice.
He went hardcore to the point where a lady, was she a plant in the crowd? I kind of just think she was a drunk chick from Waterbury who paid $5 to see a wrestling show. Fully screaming at him, "Get out of here, go back, you're a piece of garbage." And he's like, "Lady, I can't hear you, put your teeth in." And he's like, "What happened to your mouth?" And he's ragging on her. He went over to a kid who was saying, and he flat out said, "Don't think I won't punch a little kid."
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh God, thank you, sir."
Yeah, when in doubt, make fun of the venue that you're at.
Oh, he destroyed it. He said to the extent of like, I've been in some real crap holes, but yeah, like really went the next level. He was so good. Really cool dude to me, and it turns out he actually buys Mexican flea market bootleg wrestling figures in Mexico when he's down there, and then he brings the stuff back up here to sell the stuff. And he's always back and forth to America and Mexico. So he actually asked me if there's anything that I want to tell him, and there is. Like, there's a very long list of the random shit I like.
I would like a cup and ball toy from Mexico.
Just a cup and ball. How about a bootleg Infinity Gauntlet?
No, that'd be awesome too, dude. If you could find a bootleg Infinity Gauntlet, I would be your best friend. And dude, I'd punch Jesse DeStanzi on the cock with it. Just cock
It's gonna be made out of toxic stuff. No. So, all right, so we'll jump into the chat here real quick. Luna saying the Luna team is in the house. How you doing, Sophia and Jacob? We are talking about his name is Sam Adonis for CMLL. His name online on Facebook is Sam Elias, Elias. Turns out he's Corey Graves' brother.
Wow, yeah.
And I'm telling you, that charisma, it's in the family. This dude's, and he's big too. He's way bigger than, because Corey Graves is kind of a short dude. Yeah. He's kind of skinny. He's maybe like, I'm saying short, he's 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there. This guy's easily 6'5", and he's like pushing that 300 pound.
Wow, yeah.
Like, he's a big guy, you know.
Can you bring some Mexico back?
back to, dude, you get that at Stop and Shop now. I love it. I love it. Those are usually in the refrigerator here if the arcade wasn't such a mess. So I did buy some figures from him, like I said. There's a few things he had that I really wanted. Actually, wanted to jack this one kid. Like, this kid had everything. He was the coolest kid there.
You're just like sitting on the floor playing.
Jerk. So we're sitting. Martin, myself, and my father are there. By the way, Ron Simmons was supposed to be there. Didn't show up.
Dude,
Off to the point where I actually said to my father, I was like, "Hey, is Ron Simmons over there?" He goes, "I don't know, where's he at?" I went, "Hold on."
That's awesome.
I went around and he goes, "What are you holding my shirt for?" I went, "I want you going anyway."
Yeah.
So turns out he can't show up because his daughter has an emergency surgery. What's wrong with my sister?
Yeah.
So.
Come on, Daddy T, just come clean with us.
Just say it. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So anyway, yeah, this one kid.
Or is it Papa T? Is it Papa T?
I guess it would be Pops T.
Pops T.
Yeah, Pops T. So anyway, he
Ron T.
This little kid, yeah. Simmons T.
Yeah.
Ron T. Simmons. Oh my God, that's gonna be a character in a comic book. So anyway, this kid in the front row, he's wearing a Blue Demon Jr. shirt, and then we find out like he flips the hood up and the hood becomes a lucha mask.
Oh, that's awesome.
I gotta tell you, this is like a 10-year-old kid. I wanted to kick this kid in the head and take his shirt. Like, it was so cool. So he's got that. He pulls up his backpack. It's a lucha backpack, and it's got little lucha like Rey Mysterio things. Pentagon comes out. Kid puts on a Pentagon mask. Phoenix comes out. Kid's got the dopest Phoenix mask. I'm like, all right, this kid's garbage. I'm just gonna throw him into the ring right now.
I just want to let you know though, if you beat this kid up, that sweatshirt's not gonna fit you. Like.
Says who? Says standard sizing. Yeah. Oh, Gingerbeard going with damn T.
That's a good one too. Yeah, that is a good one.
So, anyways, we'll go into some of these bootlegs. There's a bunch of random ones I have here. We'll start off with the Mannix. These ones were rips directly from...
more like man nips.
Man nips. Exactly. I think they were like, someone said like, it's called man nips. You're like, no, it can't be that. Let's see. How about we take the P out and add an X?
Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah, no, this thing is rad as hell. So, These had come out sometime in the mid to early 90s. I want to say it was between 93 and 94. There's tons of information about this. I've looked it up a million times. It's all over the place. Cheese nips. So one of these is very clearly, now I have the real one, and actually, that'll actually kind of help out here. Let's see. There he is.
Don't knock them all over
like Martin did?
Yeah.
Break my Marty Jannetty? Sure. Of all the figures to break, too, it's the Jannetty that broke, which is hilarious. This is kind of par for the course of that guy. Huh? All right, so this is the real Atom Bomb figure. We'll put him up on so that's the real Atom Bomb. And so what Mannix did was they had this generic body sculpt that they'd use for a lot of things, and then they would just paint over, which is funny because that's where the nips are really prominent. These are 2-level nips. This would be like taking like a quarter and putting a dime on top of it. Like that's, and then putting it over your nipple, like, and that's my nipple. No, you know what? It would actually be probably like a $50.
I was thinking like
a nickel.
Yeah. I was thinking like maybe like a slice of pepperoni and then like
3 more slices of pepperoni. So all right, so for this, God, these nipples. All right, so for this, it's the Atom Bomb knockoff, and it really is. They just took the head, resculpted it, and threw it onto their generic bodies. So it is just a disaster.
It's so much bigger too. Like,
oh my god! And the neck, the scale is off. The neck is like rippled up muscles, and then on the body, but then on the head, there's like no ripples.
This is the Atom Bomb. This is the nuclear fallout after the Atom Bomb. That's what happens. That's what you get.
See, it must be really cold in the factory when they were making them.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, all right, so there's a few other crazy ones in here. They very clearly were like, oh, who's a popular wrestler? That's who we're making. So we have, and there are and has been rumors out there that this was a sculpt that never got made and then was sold, the tooling was sold to the Mannix people, and they just made a Diesel figure.
There you go.
Now, the Diesel, it really does look like Kevin Nash, and it from about that time. So I'm very for, if that's really what happened, it makes perfect sense. So, so this is actually a good, expensive figure. That's a piece of crap. Going off of the and God, the nipples.
They're like they hypnotize you.
These wore out because they were painted over and they were rubbed over the years. So this is a Razor Ramon version. Also, again, they just took the head from the Hasbro and like unashamed, they just said fuck it, let's, and they like squeeze it. And that's not it. So
not only is this mold just bad because of the nips, but look at the stomach, like. How much? I mean, was Scott?
Are you missing?
Yeah, the neck
scale, the open neck scale back.
Yeah. At least this one doesn't have that. He does not have that. No, but I mean, this guy looks like.
All right, so
he's got like Hacksaw Jim Duggan stomach, and then.
Well, so this is there's a Hogan version also. And that one, he has the Razor Ramon body, this Razor body. But I think for me, the crew to God, this is it right here.
Yeah, oh, yep.
Lox Luger.
Lox Luger.
Lox Luger. So, yeah, man, these are awesome. There's a few others out there. There's a Shawn Michaels. So there's a few out there. I really do want to hunt them down, but I just get them anytime I can. If Sam Elias can help out, that'd be awesome. But yeah, if you see him on Facebook, it's Sam Elias. His ring name is
Sam Adonis.
Sam Adonis. He just put up on Facebook a pretty awesome event he's got coming up. Let's see here, actually, because I want to say this because the card was amazing. It had Atlantis. And it had Jushin Thunder Liger, I believe, and Ultimo Dragon were on this card.
Ultimo Dragon, I haven't.
Yeah, dude.
I have a question for you that's completely unrelated.
Dragon Mania 8.
They're all
13.
Nice, yeah.
dude, how cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It just looks so old school, but that's him right there. Like in the, it's dude's great. Love him. So anyway, question.
I have an unrelated question. It doesn't really have anything to do with anything that we're talking about, but it's been bothering me.
What's that?
Did you make something for dinner that had to do with potatoes? Because every once in a while, I get like a waft of like, it's like baked potato or something. Potato. Yeah, every once in a while, I'm getting that smell, and I'm like, dude, it's really making me hungry.
Did we make it in the house? Is that what you're saying?
I'm getting a what? Like
maybe my wife made something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hungry myself. We're gonna have to get something.
Yeah.
Even if it's Taco Bell.
Dude,
like,
I swear to God, every once in a while, I'm getting like a baked potato like scent, and I'm like,
that was apropos of absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's bothering me, so I need to talk about it. You know, this is why our show is so long.
This is because of baked potatoes.
Yeah, we get sidetracked and we talk about.
I don't know, Mommy T. Did you make baked potatoes? I don't know. I wasn't home all day, so I don't really know.
I am getting something. You're like secreting.
I'm secreting baked potato. No, Ryan said he's asking. You're asking me to wear deodorant in a night.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
So a few of the other things I picked up, and again we're just going deeper into the Mannix.
Baked potato is the deodorant scent that they sell in Russia. That's the #1 selling.
So, all right. So Mannix did another line called Over Top Man, possibly Over the Top Man. I can't exactly remember. Damn, he would just say, "You smell, bless your heart." Yeah, but my smell's making him hungry. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking the smell.
You just want to bite it.
Yeah, I want to know
where can I get?
Tell me where the baked potatoes are. I know you're hiding them.
So these are the Mannix Over the Top Man series 1 and 2. These things are the weirdest of the weird. Like this dude, they actually came with weapons. Like they would come with like barbed wire bats and random stuff like that. So you've got Mohawk dude, which makes sense. Sumo guy. Yeah. I'm also good with sumo guy because we're still in the realm. Mm-hmm. And then you've got like this ninja dude, and he's like they have all this dry brushing and some really cool aging and like musculature stuff. So really cool.
No, this guy's not ninja guy. This guy is World War I survivor.
Okay.
With he's got like the bad tooth.
He's
got
the
that's what it is.
As in over the top rope or ridiculous. It's really called like over top man or over the top man. Like it's really the name of the line. Mm-hmm. It's the weirdest shit. So and then this again just weird cowhead guy.
Yeah.
I think this is from the Intergalactic something or other. Dude, these guys went off the rails when they were making toys. I love it.
These toys were made in the late 80s, you're saying? Early 90s? Is that what
Early 90s. Okay, so Jeremy Burge saying, these have two different names from 92 to 93. And I think it really was Over Top Man and Over the Top.
This is... I've had too much crack. And we thought this was a good idea. That's what it was.
Absolutely, it was early 90s.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yep.
And we all know it. And that's basically what it is. They did a lot of coke, and they're like, "Hey, man, what if like we had this series where they were over the top, and we had like a suit?"
Yeah. Okay. So it's called Over Top Man. One word, like over top space man. What I want is the German Butcher. There's the weirdest.
Why has he got to be German,
dude?
Why does he have a mask on?
I don't know. And it looks like a red Lucha Clan mask. It makes no sense. But this line is really great. I'll actually put the link in the chat right now to what I'm looking at, so you guys can actually see it too.
He's Japanese warrior. This
is
guy.
That what it was?
That's what I saw in that,
okay.
picture.
Let's see.
That's kind of racist too. Like just because he's got.
Yeah, so that's Japanese warrior. He comes with a sword.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? They have, and then some of them had this really weird, like cramped up, weird hand, and that apparently was like something wrong with their manufacturing, but it just happened to everything, and then they just were like, "Let's go."
Hey, he's over the top.
It's already made.
The top. Yeah, let's
Keep
go.
moving. Yeah, there's Indian tiger.
I like L.A. horse.
This is Japanese whale, which isn't whale in Japanese Godzilla, King Whale.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what Godzilla means. All right, so there's one called L.A. Horse, and it's just Sid Vicious.
Yeah, basically.
That's Sid Vicious.
Yeah. Or like...
All right, so this is New York Gorilla, Japanese Whale, we had said
Japanese Warrior.
Japanese Warrior, and I can't find the name of this guy yet. He's from the Intergalactic line, I think. This is a really good site, actually. Yeah. This Intergalactic Backpack, maybe? No, but those are really cool. Okay. I remember those. The backpack figures. They had like a body underneath them, and then like this weird gel stuff. And you put them in the vacuum thing, and it would like suck down, and they would show that they were like these cool things underneath. Those are really cool. So so these are some of the Manics. I really love the Manics. If you guys have a lead on them, BobbyT.5AliveVP@gmail.com. So these. Guys, that was me making Chris speechless with an action figure.
I have no idea.
Are you ready for that thing? So these are from the World, what was it called? World Championship Wide Wrestling something. Or this is, again, early 90s. Wrestling's weirdly hot.
Yeah.
And just bootlegs are coming through. You could buy these at Toy Works for $3 for $5.
This guy is the Freak from Pulp Fiction.
He is the Gimp. Yep.
Yeah. The Gimp. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
So yeah, I can't quite put my finger on where they're going with that, but these are like really bad He-Man figures.
Yeah, I mean, how muscular? Again with the nips, we've got the nips.
The nips have been established.
Yeah, that's a prevalent thing in the early '90s.
Even Japanese Whales got some pretty rad nippers.
Why all the muscular, like...
It's too much. Yeah, well, that's like a He-Man body. But they all came with belts, which was actually kind of cool on those. And the packaging, if anyone remembers, it was like a red packaging with a guy doing I want to say like an arm drag kind of, and it was just like a forced perspective, if I'm remembering it correctly. I'm probably not.
This guy could be, you know, when you were in middle school and you saw the picture of like the human body without the skin.
Yeah.
You see that's what this guy is. He should have been painted like blood red.
All right, so these figures in the back here from an IWC line, and they basically have exactly this name. Mm-hmm. Oh, we have all 5 of them apparently. It straight up says Hulk Hogan, Diesel, Lex Luger, Atom Bomb, Razor Ramon. Like, pretty straightforward.
It looks like there is a Scott Hall one there.
Maybe.
Yeah, there.
Yeah, and there's a Scott Hall. So I think we have the Scott Hall. I think that's what we're looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the Scott Hall because he's got the purple. All right.
But the Razor
really looks good. Yeah, Razor looks the same. What the hell? Huh.
Oh, you know, there's design on the
you know what though, the Z is different from one to the other.
Okay.
So I don't know. This is a really good site, guys. Definitely check out that link that I threw in there. It's all listed by order. Oh, here's your cow guy. It's Monster Warriors Bull Monster. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the rest of this line is really cool. I've seen the other pieces in it. It's really awesome. So, all right, now this is another one I love because I have the Hasbros in there, and everyone loves coming over. You see them, and everyone's like, "Oh, I know this guy and that guy." Then they reach this one dude, and they all just kind of hit the wall, and they can't admit that they don't know who it is. And they're like, "He looks familiar." No, he doesn't. He's a Mexican knockoff. He is not real whatsoever. He has Hulk Hogan's legs with the Hulk Hogan body and the press slam arms, but they changed the hands to these like paddles.
Yeah.
Basically, there's no action. The body's made out of rubber, soft rubber, not hard plastic.
But the arms look different from the
different kind of material.
Yeah, that's
completely different material. The arms and legs are one kind, and the body and head are different. Yeah, everyone thinks it's Tito Santana. It's not. It's just a random guy. And I'm fairly sure I'm going to be able to find this now that I found the second piece, and Sam was able to help me out with this one. He had another couple pieces that I definitely want to. This is, if anybody is a fan of old Lucha, Octagon, one of the best and oldest of the luchadors, and it's from this same line. And he had another figure there too, and I just didn't have the money to get multiple, so I wanted to get kind of more bang for my buck.
You should have, beat that kid up and taken his money and bought some figures.
Yeah. should have rolled that kid. He had a 12. It was a 12-inch rotocast Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
It was cool. Yeah. And then I get to the table, and he has another figure, but it's not the Rey Mysterio. And I was like, "Do you have it? I want to buy it." Yeah. Like I said to him, like, "I don't want to buy this one." And then you like go, "Oh, I've got 2 more. Like I want that one." So he's that's one that's on my list that I'm gonna tell him I want that. So. Then there was these. These are as bootleg as a character.
Man, yeah, I love these ones.
These are gorgeous. This is the definition of Mexican flea market figures. These are so great. Very rigid, guaranteed to be toxic plastic. These little green capes are really awesome. I don't want to take them out of the bag because they're just so cool in the bag. Like, so I ended up picking up. These are just, I don't even know, they're randos. Like, they're not even anything. There is an Atlantis, and I do love Atlantis as a wrestler. But, so I picked up this one also. These are really bad.
I love toys like that. You know, when I was a kid, I used to visit family in Europe, and I remember there was one time we had gone to Italy, and we went to like an open flea market, and just seeing all the bootleg like Italian. Dude, the biggest thing is there's soccer jerseys. Man. Yeah, all the bootleg soccer jerseys and like die cast like F1 cars. Oh my God, it was it was awesome. It was fantastic. I love seeing stuff like that.
So these I picked up in the Orlando Mall. They have like this random toy store, and on the shelf they had a couple knockoff type figures. And it was a 2-pack of luchadors with belts, and the belts are actually kind of cool. Yeah. I love the cape. Real corny. They were $5 for the pair.
What I like about the belt is that it's all black, so we could
do it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, touch it up, paint it up a little bit, make it look nice and shiny and everything.
A little bit of dry brushing. It's actually a decent looking. Like when you look at the belt. Yeah, it's actually a decent belt. So, yeah, I love the knockoffs, and really, it's funny. We're calling them knockoffs. This is just part of the culture. Yeah. So. As we look, I guess, down on this, look what Jacob wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Hasn't been in your head all week. Yeah.
I don't think we're looking down on these. I mean,
but there are, like, you look at them, you go, this is a lesser figure than blank, blank, blank. But this is such a part of the culture that you go to these lucha shows in barns and these random places, and there'll be tables set up with piles of this stuff, and every kid's going nuts for them. So I kind of wanted to see him as, like, that way. Yeah. Like, let's look at him as, like, I wanted Atlantis, and I wanted, Perro Jr., and I want this and that. Like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. These are awesome. I absolutely love them. He had a few others, and actually, the kid in front of me, there was a kid in the front row, and then there was a dude right in front of me, and he had just picked up the Atlantis and the Perro Jr., and I was like, damn, those are cool as hell. Where did you get those? And he's like, oh, I got them right over there. They're $2. I was like, $2? Sold. $2. So, but I mean, down there, these are probably 25 cents, and it makes your kid's day. Yeah, it's just the bootleg is the biggest. And I mean, it's so built in.
In the end, that's all that that's the most important part.
I believe you bought it because you love it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, not even that, but the toys are meant to be played with. It doesn't matter what the toy is.
These I can't put my finger on. I got these at the Jesse at the day.
Yeah. Oh, we don't talk about now.
I think they're Japanese. I don't. If anyone knows what these are, please do tell me. They're kind of awesome. Yeah. I just don't even know. Which ones, Ryan, which you said you're 100% sure those come from Family Dollar. The ones in the bags, or I think these ones are at Family Dollar right now, I think. And I do have another box of more bootlegs that are the dollar store bootlegs, which are usually...
photographed and displayed, yeah. That's pretty good.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
And then, actually, this isn't a bootleg, and neither is this one. This is a Galoob. I think this is a Sid Vicious repainted. I got this out of, like, a bin, and I saw it, and it was 25 cents. I'm like, some kid customized this thing. He's the assassin. So, but I think that's a Sid Galoob, and then this is a Remco AWA figure.
Nice.
So I don't even remember or know who that is. I think it's supposed to be Michael P.S. Hayes from the Freebirds. If I may be wrong. Okay, good. Jeremy Burge saying that's a repaint Galoob Sid. That'll be my next line I collect. I think once I get off of Hasbro, I'll go to the Galoobs. I did love those figures. They're really like solid though. Scott Hogg Irwin. Is that who this figure is? The AWA? That's awesome. They look like Tiger Mask figures from Japan made by Poppy. Huh. That could be. That actually makes a lot of sense. So, but yeah, I kind of went nuts myself on some wrestling figures. Well, this is kind of like, you know, a collection of, yeah.
A sub-collection of a collection.
Sub-collection of a greater collection. Long Rider, AWA Remco. Yeah, dude, these Remco figures are pretty cool and fairly hard to get a hold of. In good shape. What else you got for toys?
That's pretty much it. I have the Gundam. Did you, or do you want to?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Sure. Actually,
I have the Japancrate as well.
Let's see. Oh, got 2 new figures when I was in Virginia. I picked up the Tommaso Ciampa, aka
nice.
Angry Krizza. Dude, this is Krizza, if like CrossFit Krizza.
I can't tell you how many times in the past 3 days I've heard Kratos jokes because God of War came out on Friday. Yeah, so that's why I'm wearing
White
the hat.
Dude with the beard.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude.
No, this is way better. Take off. You gotta take off the hat for a second. Look, come on, guys.
Yeah, one guy came into the store and was like, "Oh, aren't you supposed to be in the game?" I'm like, "Get out! You don't get to get your game anymore."
So, Ryan saying he saw him. He hated their facial hair and the sculpt and paint. So, and then I picked up Ellsworth.
Oh, nice.
Finally got the Ellsworth figure. I know Ryan was saying he picked this thing up way back in December. They are so weird with that stuff where they'll do a release and then like 3 months later you get a final release.
Yeah.
This is bullshit sometimes, but hey, I finally got the Ellsworth and he comes with the shirt.
Nice.
His face on this figure is so perfectly awful because that's really what this turd looks like. Oh god, and the hair, the blonde. Oh, it's the worst, but it's the best. That's what I loved about Ellsworth is that he kind of just knows what he is.
Yeah.
And he dives right into it. It's awesome. I was really hoping at Mania that the partner for Braun Strowman was going to be James.
That would have been cool.
That would have made a lot of sense too because he's working that whole get these hands and like, wouldn't it be cool if like we'll get these 2 hands? That was always his thing. Any man with 2 hands. So, but yeah, the Ciampa figure looks just like Krizza. There will be a Krizza custom coming down
there you go.
The bend. Oh, he's saying he got his stuff on Ringside. They always get stuff way early. Basic 85 Alexa will be here Monday. 83 just made it to retail. Yeah, we got the 83 Alexa. I gotta get the 85. I guess I gotta start ordering stuff on Ringside. Get it. I mean, I know it's usually like $1 or 2 more, but you're clearly getting it months early.
Yeah.
So I'm debating if we were talking about this right before we went on. At these NEW local shows, they have people selling merchandise. I think we should start.
Yeah, I can see that.
We got a bunch of wrestling stuff. We
clearly we have more than enough pops.
We got pops. Yeah. We got shirts. We got some things we can move. I think we should start doing this. Well, that's my point. All right, so in the chat we're gonna talk wrestling for about 2 minutes here. Gingerbeard saying he would have loved for it to have gone full circle since Ellsworth started as a jobber versus Braun to win a title with Braun. Would have really kind of completed that. And then the next night you do the same thing. You just vacate the title and move on. Has anybody in the chat, Ryan saying he only buys the stuff that he thinks he's not really going to get to see. Also, if anyone has any, what belts do you need, Ryan? This is your chance, bud. We got a bunch of people on. I know you need some women's belts. I know you got your NXT belt from Bobby Roode. What are some of the belts you need? I also need belts. I know Janos needs belts. They're always the most expensive thing. $20 figure, $15 for the belt.
Wow, yeah.
Who gives a shit about the figure? The Intercontinental title, the one that I have like 3 of on the Macho Man's back here, $15 a piece. It's like, damn, dude, the figure was $20.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
Yeah. 15% off action figures at Toys R Us right now. All right, just got the AJ and Knock Basics from Ninja. And I know you're talking toys, but did you like the WWE shakeup this week? Yeah. I think SmackDown came out good.
I didn't watch any of
Oh,
those, so,
buddy. Yeah, we haven't been doing wrestling, so Chris is
yeah.
not watching wrestling anymore, fairly.
I'm a little disappointed with the like the Toys R Us going out of business. It's not very good.
They're dragging ass on it.
Hopefully, I guess maybe as it gets closer to the 0 hour, the deals might start getting better.
That's when I'm gonna get Baby T a Power Wheels.
Yeah, there you go.
That's when I'll do it.
Did you see that? Did you see that the Power Rangers toy? Yeah, that one. I would buy that if when it gets
the deals right now. The deal of deals this week that lit everybody's head on like equally on fire. 3 cents. Walmart marked down Star Wars black figures to 3 cents.
That's awesome.
There was nobody had a chance. Yeah. Like it was either the people working there took them, or the first person who had a brain in their head just cleared the shelves. Yep. So yeah, nowhere got them. Let's see. Yeah, Ryan saying he needs Diva belts. I need the Raw women's belt, SmackDown women's belt, and Attitude Era women's belt. All elite, none of the matte stuff. So yeah, the painted up nice versions. Those are the ones that are like the $15, like really, and they just made a set, like it's an elite set, and it's got like 5 or 6 belts on it. So those are, and they immediately like never hit the shelf, and it's $40, like just for the let's see, the hardest AWA Remco figures to get is the Matt Mania series. Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with it, really. I wish I knew more. So, what else do we have back here? I think we got... Oh, you know what? We talk about our favorite things on this channel.
Yes.
That's what this is. So, and we talk about toys. So, I'm going to actually briefly talk about my favorite, one of my favorite lines. I think Hasbro, from 2008 to 2009, was the best 3 3/4 action figures. I mean, outside of Vitruvian Hacks and a lot of the brand new stuff, for a long time, these were the best figures. And I think a lot of inspiration we're seeing in the new figures like Vitruvian Hacks comes from this era. For whatever reason, Hasbro put all this work and they got to this awesome mountaintop, and then they're like, yeah, let's just do less.
Probably because it costs so much.
Oh,
it cost too much, and then people weren't buying them, or they weren't making enough profit on. On the, and,
it was a dollars and cents decision.
It's the same thing. Why I don't buy. Why I don't play like Warhammer anymore. Games Workshop. You would pay $30 for a blister, a pewter blister pack of figures. Then they changed it to all plastic, and they're still charging you $30 because they're like, oh, well, we gave you extra heads and everything's so much more customizable. Like, dude, I don't care. I don't want
all your bits.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the funny part about that bit stuff is you can now just go on eBay and buy them by the pound because nobody wants most of the stuff. So this line in particular is
you're making four characters. What do you need 15 heads for? Yeah.
So this particular line is called G.I. Joe Resolute, and
I love Destro.
That Destro is so damn cool. Martin just said he wants all the bits. I'm
pretty sure I still have a bunch if you want them.
I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
So these figures, now, the reason why I love them, you had a ball-jointed ankle that was also on a peg. So it would spin around, it would do all the things you basically want from that kind. And they fed, like, that joint through the whole body. So the elbows, even though it looks like it's just a 2-piece elbow here, it actually is a ball joint that sits on there, so you can move the hand around. And the shoulders are the same way. Every joint is basically that. Going forward and into today, this isn't every figure now. Like, this was, groundbreaking at the time, but I think the sculpts are awesome. This is how I keep my G.I. Joes. My G.I. Joes are individually bagged. There's a reason why I still have my original ones from when I was a little kid.
But where is the hard part figure?
Josh's figure. Let's see. After WWE won the bestseller of 2017, Hasbro is going to have to fight hard for that. Yeah, we'll see. I think Hasbro with WWE would be awesome.
I love this vest. The amount of detail on
everything about this line
is pretty awesome.
They even did a few of my favorite things on a toy. is swords that go into sheaths, guns that fit into holsters, and the holster's not a big, gumpy, big, gorpy thing, and the removable helmet that doesn't make the guy look like a big doofus. Yeah. It's like a streamlined helmet. So that's actually the Duke from this line.
Dude, and the wing, like...
Yeah, the wings are awesome. Dude.
That's pretty sweet.
Golden Desert Eagles. They really went forth on this one and did an amazing job. But I think the best of the line is right here, and Martin is going to agree. Martin's in the chat right now. There's this Firefly figure. And, oh no, I'm sorry, this is a different one. Damn, the Firefly's not in here. I thought this was it. Oh. However, Zartan.
Nice.
Yeah, the design of this is so good.
Is my second favorite villain after Destro.
Yeah, so this line is one of my favorites. G.I. Joe Resolute. If you can get out there and pick them up on eBay. Anything from G.I. Joe 25th anniversary until probably like 2010 or so is really amazing stuff. Then they started getting into 3D printing and then sporadically putting stuff out, and it just got real messy for a little while there. They were doing repaints on some of the 3 3/4 stuff. It just wasn't going well. I was getting it at Toys R Us for $6 for 2 or 3 figures. I luckily was able to get Lowlight and Spirit Hawk Iron Knife, which were 2 that I'd always liked, and they always came with an insane amount of accessories. The Lowlight comes with this sniper rifle that you put together.
Wow.
Like, yeah. The stock goes in, and then the barrel goes into that, and then it comes with a mat, so you can roll the mat up, so he can lay down on the mat to shoot. His neck goes fully back. Like, they designed it so he can actually lay down and put his head the way it needs to be.
That's insane. Yeah,
it's one of the best, man. Yeah, Ryan, you're right. The last anniversary line was garbage. 2010 was the cutoff for me. Like, maybe there's a few things that trickled out. After they made that Master Chief figure, basically, it was like a G.I. Joe Trooper, and it had very clearly a Halo head. Let's see.
Speaking of things we love, did you see that article I posted about Mask getting a movie?
Yeah, we're going to get a Mask movie. I think it was F. Gary Gray, I think, is the director of it.
I don't know how I feel about that yet. I probably am going to see it, but I wish, you know what this figure is missing? They should have put a little Cobra logo right on his...
It wasn't on there, though.
Oh, well...
You gotta see Resolute.
Yeah,
I absolutely love Resolute. It's one of the cooler... It was shown at like 3 in the morning on Cartoon Network, because it's like, people die.
Yeah,
it's not a kid's cartoon. Like, it's very good.
I'll have to check it out, yeah. I'll see if I can find it online. Oh.
It's alright. So, the next thing, and actually this goes along with a little bit of our announcement, we are going to be starting a new channel together. And that channel, we're going to kind of branch out. It's not going to be all YouTube here. We're going to be on Twitch. That seems to be a better platform for a lot of people. Yes, I'm excited for it, hoping for toys. Oh, talking about the mask. Dude, the toys!
Yeah.
There's going to be toys!
I know. I thought he was excited about what we were, announcing.
Yeah, Justin. I thought like, no, that's you're excited about toys.
He wants Mask. Yeah, I get it.
So Justin Scadam actually saying it was written by Warren Ellis.
Oh, okay.
So it's like legit. It's really dark. So anyway, on our channel we're gonna be doing more toy stuff.
Yes.
It's gonna be very toy centric. Same Saturday night show, but again, probably through Twitch. It's just the better platform, especially for smaller people.
Yes.
YouTube has no love for small creators. It hurts. So
after they changed the monetization rules, it really.
Man, it hurt us. It hurt us in such a big way, and we're not growing the way we need to be. And we kind of see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
If you weren't on YouTube 5 years ago, then and you're still on today, then you're nothing. So. We'll move on. We'll probably still use YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's good for cataloging videos. We can have people on it, but it's not going to be our sole source. We're going to go more towards Twitch and Patreon, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what we're thinking is doing more customizing, more toy-based stuff. Well, so for those of you who don't know who we are in the world of things, Twitch is just another platform, Ryan. You just twitch.com instead of youtube.com, and actually it's on fucking everything. It's on every platform has it now. So from your phone to your Xbox and everything in between. So my professional background is I do toy prototyping, toy development, brand management. I've been in this business for a very, very long time. Kriza has not and doesn't really know these things.
No. My professional background is putting everything where it's supposed to be in the instructions.
Exactly. Now, here's the funny part. I both go against the instructions and write the instructions. So I kind of exist in this weird middle ground. So anyway, what we kind of figured out was that I've got the knowledge and Kriza knows how to ask a question. It's actually a really awesome thing. So what we're going to do is every week we're going to be putting out a video probably Saturday or Sunday, and that video will be of customizing technique. That may be how to use flat snips, how to do sanding, how to use do molding and casting or painting eyeballs, things like that. Then once a month, we'll do a live feed together.
Yes.
And we'll be putting together a certain customer model kit, and we'll tell you guys ahead of time what it's going to be.
Yeah, something like this.
Like that. So I personally like myself. I really, really like Gundam and Gundam model building. Now the reason is because it institutes a lot of techniques. Just to make this thing, you need to know to do it really well, 5 things. And if you can get, workable in those 5 things, you'll really pop out some good stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I have a rudimentary knowledge of these kind of things. I have, like we talked about earlier, I have played Warhammer and the Hordes and War Machine games, so I do know the basics of the basics of putting these things together, and again, the most basic painting techniques.
Yeah.
So I do know a little bit. I'm not completely in the dark, but obviously compared to Bobby T, yeah, it's
so
difference between night and day.
My idea is let's figure it out.
Yeah.
This is a very it's a thing that if you have a base skill in it, or even if you just have an interest in it, you can really figure out the facets that you can do well. Even if you can't paint, well, how are you at sculpting? Can you do molding and casting? Making bootleg knockoffs, this is kind of fun, making resin knockoffs. We actually, our first episode is going to be about this kit that's right here in front of me, actually. And I think this is a really great customizing kit overall for anybody to start. Because you get a lot of really cool stuff in it. And one of them is the flat snips. You get screwdrivers, and you get this actually pretty great 3-piece emery board. This is a buffing pad, you got a cutting sheet, a different buffing pad. It's emery, all about sanding. It's all about sanding. Good clean cut sanding. It comes with X-Acto blades and an X-Acto knife, screwdrivers, tweezers, and just kind of everything you're going to need.
Yeah.
And then we'll do an episode about paintbrushes, Gundam pens versus different ink type pens, and what are the advantages, different top coats.
Yeah. Something
that really can literally destroy your custom. There's been a few times where I'll paint an acrylic and then I'll put the wrong top coat on and all of the acrylic paint just cracks. It looks like salt flats, the entire thing. And there's nothing you can do. You're just stuck with it. So, but yeah, we're going to be, how long have I been doing customs for? Well, let's see. I think my first custom was probably, it's probably 7 or 8 years old. Just kind of wanting a different G.I. Joe that they didn't make. Professionally, I've been doing it, selling customs since I was about 17. I've had customs in Toy Fair Magazine. I've had customs I've done panels at San Diego Comic-Con, and we did Wizard World in Philly one year. Actually did the Wizard World kind of circuit, just talking about customs with guys like Justin Acklin, Joe Amaro, Eddie Wires, just a ton of really amazing people. Oh, Matt Dowdy did a great piece with myself, Matt Dowdy, and Jesse D'Estasio. One of the funniest panels I think I've ever seen. But yeah, I've been doing this for a little while, so we're going to try to share that knowledge and get other people who love toys to love toys with us. Again, we're not going to be 5 Alive because without Martin, we're not 5 Alive. I refuse to go forward if with that name if it's not my dude. Like,
Yeah.
So we will become This Toy Life. I think it was a pretty solid name.
That is a solid name, yeah.
It's,
And, you know, the other thing, too, Martin was the wrestling guy.
He was our wrestling guy, exactly.
And that's the thing. I watched wrestling so that I could contribute to the conversation, but I'm not.
Now the conversation's going, you're like, Braun who?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not really. I tried to get into it. I mean, I do love Alexa Bliss. Don't get me wrong. I do love Roman Reigns. You know, and all that. But it's just, yeah. It's...
All right, so I'm reading the chat's going crazy right now. I'm sorry. So Ryan says he sands nothing. Dremel and pick off the remnants with his fingers. Oh my God, savage.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm like, this is a 1400
exactly.
grit.
Right,
It's gonna be a nice buff on there. A little bit of water. And let's do one of these. Yeah, we are going to be changing the name. We're no longer going to be 5Alive. We'll be This Toy Life. We're going to be putting up next week. We're going to kind of peter down 5Alive. We have one more episode. Episode 41 will be the final episode of 5Alive. And then we'll be launching as of May 1st, This Toy Life. So it's at This Toy Life, as I think I have it on Twitter, Instagram. I haven't put anything up on any of these things yet. So if you go to these things, you can subscribe. There's just nothing there.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get on that in the next couple of days. Life has kind of calmed down for me a little bit here for the next couple minutes. It feels like. Jacob said, "Did Martin just get NWO'd?" No, that's not it. It's just that's not it.
Yeah.
So no, we're all good. Everything's good. Me and Martin, we just saw Lucha last night. We're just we're not doing that anymore. We'll just say that. Yeah, This Toy Life, guys. We'll be going to conventions, kind of just doing everything we did here, but without really the wrestling.
Yeah.
A little more honed down, I think. There won't be. It'll be more focused on toys. I think more than anything. So.
And probably anime, and you know.
Yeah. Well, again, and the things that make the toys that we love. So, and that's really what all of it's about.
Yeah.
It's just toy love.
Yeah.
I just. You know, I've said this before, and I think I actually may have said this to Ryan in a chat. Don't do drugs. Don't really drink. Don't go out to bars. I don't go to clubs. I don't do any of these things. I buy toys.
Yeah.
I mainline them, man. Like, this is my drug. It's all plastic.
Anime is cool too, but not anime.
Anime is cool too, but not anime.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. That's a more wrestling. Yeah, Ryan wants more wrestling.
Oh, not mecha anime. What? Mecha anime is awesome.
What are you talking about? Oh, I don't know, Ryan.
All right, man.
Okay. Yeah, no, Kaneko Man, actually, Jeremy, if you look at my, that 5555 time site there for Instagram, scroll all the way to the bottom. When I paint other customs, I take that paint palette and I just grab a random Kaneko Man figure and I paint the Kaneko Man figure in that paint palette.
There you go.
So it's, I have no idea what I'm going to get half the time, but could just be a baked potato.
That's why it smells like baked potato down here.
It is.
Dude, just tell me where the baked potatoes are. Just tell me where the baked potatoes are.
Jeez Louise, there's no baked potatoes. What are you reading and what? There you go.
I guess
we got to none of it, as always.
Yeah.
We meander. This is what
we
happens.
talked about what we were watching.
We talked watching. All right, so we talked about listening, because I said I was listening to podcasts as always.
Yeah.
And Chris was listening to something angry and aggressive.
Actually, no.
Get out of here.
I've
Cody
actually,
Crows.
No, I've actually been listening to some folk punk. I've been on a Billy Bragg kick recently. The Mischief Brew, and there's another one. It was actually more of an emo band. I can't think of it now. See, because we took the baked potatoes. The baked potatoes.
You got potato on the brain.
Is just taking over my thought process here.
All right, so let's see. What I was listening to. What are you playing?
Well, I did pick up the Nintendo Labo, which I think we're gonna do something.
Yeah, you want to show it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, grab it. Here, I'll actually talk real quick while you grab that, because I don't really ever play too many games. But I did start playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Oh yeah, that's free.
It's free on Xbox.
Free.
But what's actually really cool is that I had just finished a project with Jazzwares on their Assassin's Creed line that's going to be coming out. Please don't judge me on the first figures. I didn't work on those. So anyway, they have some new Assassin's Creed stuff coming out. I had painted all these figures, and I don't play the game, so I don't know. And then this came up for free. I played like 20 minutes of this game and I love it.
Yeah,
like,
Syndicate's
the
good.
Dude is real. I just like Jacob Fry is awesome. Like it's just such a cool character. So,
so yeah, this is Nintendo Labo for the Nintendo Switch. It's the variety kit that comes with basically cardboard pieces to make a piano, a fishing rod, and
I'm sorry, Jacob Luna's killing me right now.
Oh god,
dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for those who don't know what we're talking about, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We talked about Jetman and the old school Sentai theme songs and how crazy they are.
I think it was last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah, last week, yeah.
Jetman. It gets in your head.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Labo dude.
So it basically, it's these cardboard pieces that you put together to play a game. You can do a piano, the fishing rod, there's a house, and then the race car, and then like this little robot thing. There's also another Labo kit for an actual like mech robot type deal.
The mech with the robot body thing is so cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I bought it one because I want to mess around with the piano. You can actually there's a part of the game. It's called the Toy-Con Garage, and you can actually program the things to do certain things. So I could basically turn this piano into a player piano, and
that's awesome.
and program it to play a song and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play it, just to kind of mess around with it. I think the fishing rod looks cool. The other reason I got it was because of the new channel, and the customization aspect to it. I mean, this is all cardboard. We can paint it, we can design it however we want, and everything like that. So that's another reason why I wanted to pick it up, so we can kind of do some customization and painting and designs with it and stuff like that.
So a couple other things on the new channel we'll be doing too is I'll have probably a weekly, maybe a bi-weekly, meaning every other, with Mommy T, talking about, because we are nerd parents, and our daughter loves all of these things. So it is funny, like she knows what's down here, but she knows she's only allowed down here every now and then. But she has a lot of control over herself. She knows what she can kind of grab and that. Although she loves that Fortress Maximus. She kicks that thing over, like beats the hell out of it. So yeah, we'll be talking about the things that we as nerd parents get for our daughter, the things to avoid, because there's some stuff that's garbage, and then there's also things that are just beyond the pale when it comes to a value. So I've had Mommy T on before on 5Alive, and we've talked about some of these things. So that'll be probably again a weekly or bi-weekly show, more than likely on like a Tuesday night. Saturday be our regular show. We'll do our custom bits, our monthly customizing video, and then maybe a few live feeds in it. I think live's the way to go. Yeah. It's so much easier. I think every week you get to interact with more people, so we'll be doing a lot more live stuff.
And you can support us directly on Twitch, which also will be a big help because this stuff costs money to buy. Yeah.
We spend a lot of money on this stuff. This is not free.
Yeah.
So and that's what the one thing that YouTube won't let you do is you have to monetize through their platform according to their rules. And on Twitch, you can have people dropping in a quarter or $1. Hey, you guys are doing a good job, and it just pops up in our thing, and then we can get more toys or go to different conventions or whatever. So
Jacob Luna, that is cardboard, yes. And basically there's instructions that you follow on the Switch to put these pieces together, and you have to fold them up and connect them and all that crazy stuff. Some Labo kits or some of these variety pieces apparently do take a long time. I think the fishing rod can get quite complicated because there's actually like string things that you need to put together and everything too. Yeah, I mean, let's see, is it open?
See, we said we were going to open it on the show.
Yeah,
now Chris is like, I want to see.
To show.
Hold on. Now you're taped.
Oh, yeah.
Two sides. Yeah.
I just want to kind of see, just so we can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is the game here. The Toy-Con.
So, has anybody here who has a Switch put one of the cartridges in your mouth yet?
I have not done that.
It tastes terrible,
Yeah.
apparently. They put something on there that, like, makes your saliva, activates it, and it, like, tastes awful.
Yeah, we'll take out one piece. This looks like a part of the house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
so,
you just pop everything out?
Yep, exactly. And then I'm pretty sure the instructions are on the cartridge here. So you use your Switch, and it's all interactive. You can fast forward the instructions. Like if you're like, I got this or whatever, I already know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. You can, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Or you can go back if you need help, and you can kind of slow it down and really kind of hone in on what pieces you
this
know.
This is going to be fun,
yeah,
man.
exactly.
I want to make the robot.
Yeah.
Like, almost more than anything, I want to make the robot.
I want to make the piano. That's the one that...
the piano's really cool. And the fishing rod also. I think those are...
Yeah, because the fishing rod has the string, and you have to have to pull on it to, you know...
And as we say this, I'm like, what? The remote control bug is cool, too. And like, oh, damn, they're all cool.
Yeah.
It actually turns out they're all pretty fun. So, let's see, con-wise, what do we have coming up? We have, Jersey Toy Con's going on tomorrow, but I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, I won't be there.
We have that PopCon at the end of June. We're going to be doing the Pop Swap in Wayne, as always, and then hitting Pop the Queen Diner. So if you're in the New Jersey area, you want the greatest baklava cheesecake of all time. I think the only. Luna says, looks cool, but is Nintendo going to dumpster dive now for cardboard? So, look, I think this is cool. Overall, we'll see.
Yeah. I can see, I guess, the pitfalls for it, you know, in terms of the cardboard and everything like that. But really,
cardboard, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this is where... What if a young Bobby T had this when
exactly.
That's really what, you know, for kids that are into what's called STEM, it's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is what is going to nurture.
Yeah, no, my daughter is going to absolutely love this.
This is for, you know, not only for us, but this is for the next generation of video game designers and toy customizers and you know, maybe the person who's going to solve, you know, find the cure for cancer. You know,
because of it, it could happen.
Exactly. So knock it, you know, for the cardboard and everything like that.
Yeah, like Ryan's saying, I would worry about the durability.
Yeah,
it's cardboard. I feel like you know what you're getting to a certain extent, and there's going to be expansions, and there's probably going to be people online who are going to say, "Oh, wait a minute, I have just cut it like this or do that." So there's going to be so many hacks to this thing.
Nintendo also, I think, realized this, and I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good. Limited warranty on it too. So if something does happen to the cardboard, I'm pretty sure you can contact them and they'll give you a replacement.
No, I think this is a great idea.
Yeah,
and it actually is just another selling point for why I'm getting a damn Switch soon. Like, Mommy T is sitting in the back of the car on our way to Virginia, and she goes, "How much is this Switch?"
Yeah.
I told her, she goes, "You think they'd have one at GameStop if we went there right now?" Like, they might. I don't know. I actually kind of had to like half talk her out of it in the car.
I do think they are, Jacob Luna. He asked, do you see Nintendo doing a Labo 2? I definitely do, because if you see on here, it says Toy-Con 1.
Yeah.
The robot is Toy-Con 2. I can see them doing, you know, a Toy-Con 3, 4, etc., etc.
Now, do you think they take the route of, see, there's a pitfall here that they could probably avoid, is if they were to, instead of making now Toy-Con 2, and that's going to be a cardboard set plus a game, and then Toy-Con 3 will be something, Toy-Con 4. At what point do they just sell you for $10 or however much this expansion cardboard, and then you get a download code to just straight download?
Yeah, I'm sure they could do something like that, or even
avoiding the Disney Infinity trap, or the Skylanders trap, or you're buying these things and you have to buy a new damn game portals, every 6 months. And it's a new portal, and it's a new this. Like, is there a way to stay?
Probably. I mean, they could probably just release an update patch. It's like, okay, you know, download your
DLC.
Update of exactly, and then or they'll probably do something like that. I mean,
I already can see people. If not, I haven't checked, but Reddit is probably blown up with this thing. I'm like, hey, here's how to make a piano different.
Yeah. Oh,
it's already gonna happen.
I don't doubt it. Yeah.
I am gonna go nuts when they make the Pokemon for Switch
Mm-hmm.
because I absolutely am a Pokemon freak, and like as we say, like that's what that row of games is.
Yeah.
It's just Pokemon and Pokemon VHS.
Yeah,
Like,
there you go.
oh, here you go. You want some cool VHS? I'll show you guys something cool and rare. Get out of there, Matt Dowdy. I picked that up at a Goodwill, and I saw it. I'm like, oh my god! Like I have to get the Exo Squad on VHS.
That was $1.
Yeah, I actually have a VCR over in the other room. So, supposed to be a core game. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for Pokemon on Switch. That'll probably be, for me, that's the straw. Like that, I have to get it at that point.
Breath of the Wild is just so good.
If they squeeze the Wii Fit to 3 iterations, they got 3 iterations out of a Wii Fit. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Oh, dude, Dino Riders. I absolutely missed that. That's so great. All right, that's like a whole new episode. We got another hour of just VHS talk. So I think we're done here tonight.
Yeah,
right?
reading anything? Have you been reading anything? I have not had the opportunity to read anything recently.
Like I said, man, 1,500 miles. In
Yeah,
a few days,
true.
I read the road signs.
There you go.
It was not good.
You read the signs for the Pompton Queen Diner and
drove right past. Do you know that I drove past the sign for Pompton Queen Diner and drove towards the sign for Charlottesville, Virginia? Yeah. Like I'm driving, I'm like, why does this sound familiar? Son of a bitch! Like I don't think I can go here. Oh man!
Come on, just come clean. You got a baked potato at Pompton Queen Diner, and you're in.
I put it underneath your seat.
You're holding out on me. Yeah, exactly. You're lying to me. Just
that'd be great.
Clean. Just tell me the truth.
Oh, dude, Biker Mice from Mars. I love those figures. The motorcycles they came with are actually they were 5.5-inch figures, but they fit Marvel Legends really nicely.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we sign off here. We have been 5Alive. I'm Bobby T.
And I'm Krizza.
And I guess don't forget to like, share, and subscribe currently. But remember to like, share, and subscribe over at This Toy Life. And we'll get all those links going later on in our next show. And then through the 5Alive, Facebook and all that stuff. That's at 5AliveVP. And we'll be on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram, probably Facebook, all the normal ones. But in the meantime, guys, remember, you bought it because you love it. That's all that matters. Yeah, we'll sign out with this for everybody. For you, Jacob.
I think there's blood coming out of my nose.